Well, I'm just limbering up to cut out a new deck. When I bought this 8 foot by 4 foot sheet of marine ply, I stupidly said to them, cut it in half so that I can fit it in the car, not realizing that the deck is actually slightly longer than 4 foot. So I had to cut this diagonally out of this sheet, thus wasting the maximum amount of plywood. Well, put that down to experience. Well, despite cutting it oversized deliberately, there are bits of it that are only just wide enough. But I'm going to have a fair amount of rasping around the edges to make this fit now. Well, finally, I have got this thing the right shape, I think. Yes. Not too bad. Here's the stern. Not perfect, but not too bad. I think I'll put this on a piece of paper and draw it out before anything else, because it's taken me ages to get to this stage. One mistake that I've made is that amidships the deck is flush with the top of this white thing, whereas on this side it's about 4 millimeters down. Not sure that I can do anything about that. The next thing I have to do is to drill the holes in the deck to secure it to the subdeck. Originally there were 10 bolts doing this, but I've decided that more are necessary. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have one here, that's 2, 4, one here and one here, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All of these are new, so I can just drill them from the top. But these 2 holes need to be drilled exactly correctly. So I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll put a bolt sticking up through here and then put this in its correct position and just press it down, and hopefully the bolt will make an indentation on the underside of this, and then I can drill it through in exactly the right place. Hello. Well, this is maybe day 13 of the refurb job on this boat, and I cannot tell you what trouble I've had with these horrid little spiky things. These are stainless steel M6 self-retaining nuts, which you drive upwards into the wood. I've got 16 holes along here for retaining the deck, and I've at last, after 3 afternoons, managed to put all 16 in. That's what it looks like when it's in there. Getting it in at the right angle so that the bolts go in easily and don't jam has proved extremely difficult. But whilst I was doing that, I found that all the bolts, when I got them sorted, screwed down tight, except for this one here near the front, near the bow. And this has caused me to notice something that I hadn't noticed before. If I put this flat piece of wood across here, you can see that this member is very slightly low on this side. Doesn't really matter. But if we do the same thing this side, it's low by about almost a centimetre, which is, I'd always known that there was a step at this end here. But even if I take that step out like that, it's still too low. So what I'm going to have to do is to put something in here, maybe some filler, epoxy filler, or maybe a shaped piece of wood to bring that up to the right level, because otherwise screwing the bolt down here just bends the deck to an excessive degree, and I don't think that's what I want to do. And I also don't want to take this cross member out and reset it at the right level, because that would be a first-class nuisance. So we're going to fill this gap, this dip, with something. Anyway, this is what the deck should look like when it's bolted down, except that I haven't got enough bolts at the moment. I've got to order some more. These bolts are not quite as good as the ones that were in there before. They are stainless steel, but they're domed headed. Rogers bolts had a completely flat head, but I wasn't sure that they were stainless steel. Maybe they are. If they are, I could just reuse them. Certainly the spiky nuts weren't stainless, but the ones I put on are, so that's a slight improvement. Anyway, I don't think it matters that this is not totally flush. I simply could not find on the internet anything like this which in stainless steel.